Hey, a lot of things are happening. Listen to me. White Rabbit here, such a nuisance, as always. But we can't just ignore her, let's hear her out. Oh, well, that part's translated, okay. Maybe more of it's translated than I thought. This is terrible! Hey, hear me out! You can now start the collab scenario. The Night Country and the Heroes of the Seven Worlds. Please keep the following in mind. When controlling any character other than Luca, there will be no H scenes upon being defeated. All items and equipment in your possession will be moved to your storage. You may withdraw them from storage afterwards. Chaos equipment will be unavailable during the scenario, with the exception of white names. Any chaos equipment will be automatically removed. This restriction will be removed after the scenario. Yes, let's get going. I'm excited. Let's hear her out then. Anyway, what trouble have you gotten yourself involved in this time? First, let me make one thing clear. I'm not the bad guy in this situation, okay? Maybe the White Rabbit has some bad news. This all happened just a little while ago. I was doing my job of guiding the Monster Lord as usual, however... A few days ago at the Lima Village ruins. Let's see, the next place was... F26, 617, I think. Open sesame! A gate to another world was opened. I hope the next Monster Lord will be a good little girl. Whee! The White Rabbit jumped into the gate to another world. Yeah, I'm the White Rabbit. I've come to guide the Monster Lord, Alice, but... Hello, Lars. I haven't played your game yet. Rovisa, White Rabbit? Who are you? What? You're not the Monster Lord? More or less. I'm a fragment of the Monster Lord. A fragment, huh? There's no helping it if you're a fragment. I'm sorry, I've got the wrong person. What was that? Lars isn't talkative, is he? What just happened? That's weird. I was certain I had connected to F26 617, but... Huh? Could the transfer settings be wrong? What's this? The transfer destination is RJ026617. To think there was a universe address like that. Oh no, I have to close this gate quickly! Huh? A strange presence approaches from the gate to the other world. Oh, this could be bad. An unknown being emerged from the gate. It's just like that fairy tale. If you follow the White Rabbit, you'll arrive in another world. Hey, don't come this way. Go back to your own world. Oh? Then how about I invite you to mine? I hope you'll enjoy it. This is spatial erosion? This is the land of night. I will show you this world I'll show this world a wonderful dream. Sorry, but I won't let you do that. I'll send you back to your world, even if I have to do it by force. White Rabbit slashes with her claws in a deadly dance, but her attacks had no effect. That didn't work. How am I unable to interfere with you? You cannot attack a nightmare like that. Now, I shall show you a dream of pleasure. Sorry, but pleasure attacks won't work on me at all. It worked! This feels good! My pleasure resistance was penetrated. This is the first time I'm going to die like this. So sleepy. Enjoy your sweet dreams. I shall make use of your power. So you were killed? Because my opponent was someone who defied the usual laws of physics, it was the first time I couldn't do anything but suffer an embarrassing defeat. That's how I fell into a dream. It's just like being taken prisoner by the enemy. But the white rabbit was right in front of us. I see. So there were a lot of white rabbits. The Lord of Dreams. I'm just going to call her enemy that for convenience's sake. I don't know what she's called in her original world. Anyhow, the Lord of Dreams has been exploiting the power she's taken from me. She's opened up gates and summoned those who answered her call from other worlds. Those who answered her call? Are you saying they're the Lord of Dreams' friends? I think it'd be more appropriate to call them an alliance rather than friends. It appears she invited them in from various different worlds. Since they're from different worlds, they're all new to each other. I suspect that they've been gathered together under some contract. Needless to say, however, they're all equally powerful. Quite a number of villainous characters have come into our world. And at the heart of them is Lord of Dreams. They come together from different worlds to form a single great force. And now the Lord of Dreams is trying to expand her Land of Night in this world. Land of Night? What in the world is that? I have a lot of questions myself regarding the physical laws of that other world, but I think it's a spiritual world that erodes the space around it. The Lord of Dreams called herself a nightmare. If the succubi of our world can be thought of as a dream, the spiritual worlds ones would be nightmares. So in other words, these nightmares are beings who exist outside of the scope of the physical laws we're familiar with. These beings seem to be different from the succubi we know. It's hard to believe such a terrifying foe has invaded this world. This is nothing new to us at this point, guys. Frankly, I'm surprised you're even surprised. The Lord of Dreams may have successfully defeated me, but I learned a lot about the special characteristics of nightmares from that encounter. First, attributes other than pleasure will have no effect on nightmares. They cannot be harmed by physical attacks or any other attributes. You can't rely on anything except pleasure skills when fighting nightmares? That's just cheating, isn't it? Furthermore, the pleasure skills used by nightmares can't be resisted at all. They can even pierce through the pleasure reflection. That's brutal. Even if we have pleasure resistance, it won't help us at all? But I'm pretty sure nightmares don't use anything other than pleasure skills. They don't use anything other than pleasure skills? Shouldn't they be hitting us or casting offensive magic? Nightmares live under a doctrine of denying such violence. That's why they have such an outstanding specialization in pleasure. Those are the special characteristics of nightmares. Did you understand all that? You're the ones who are going to fight them, so make sure to remember it. Once more, just to confirm. First, nightmares cannot be harmed by anything except pleasure attacks. Thus, we should reinforce our party with those who excel at pleasure skills. If we do that, we should be able to fight them more effectively, even if just a little. I don't think I'm going to be of much help in that regard. If anything, you'd just be food, wouldn't you? Yeah, considering up until this point, male characters can't even use pleasure skills. They can't even deal pleasure damage. Furthermore, the pleasure granted by nightmares cannot be prevented. They disregard pleasure resistance and reflection and will damage you by ignoring it. However, nightmares have no offensive capabilities other than pleasure attacks. They appear to be beings who are completely specialized in pleasure. You said the Lord of Dreams had gathered together an alliance, didn't you? Are all of them nightmares too? There might be a few nightmares among them, but I'm pretty sure the majority of them aren't nightmares. So you should be able to fight most of her alliance like you normally would. Naturally, you shouldn't let your guard down. They're quite powerful after all. So what is the Lord of Dreams' objective? What is she plotting by forming an alliance and invading this world? To expand the land of nightmares into this world. I told you earlier that some kind of spiritual world that erodes the space around it. I think she plans to cover this world with her land of night. No, she'll turn this entire world into the land of night. Once there, everyone will fall into dreams of never-ending pleasure, just like how the Lord of Dreams killed me. This entire world will fall into dreams of pleasure? Again, this should be nothing new to you, Luca. Yep, we're in a serious pinch, aren't we? Of course this is a serious pinch. What's more, this is all because of your mistake. I did nothing wrong. Rather, you could say this happened at a good time. Ever since the Great Monster Wars up until now, this world has been in an era of relative peace. Now is the time that the most powerful forces have gathered together. And before long, a conflict comparable to the Great Monster Wars will happen. At times like this, there's no getting around that, is there? In other words, now is the most convenient time in history. We can take on the Lord of Dreams with the best forces. At the end of the day, this is a calamity that just so happened to occur. We were rather lucky that it happened at the best time for us. Don't you think so? I cannot forgive you using us for a reason like that. I guess not. We'll condemn the White Rabbit for this later. Right now, there's a crisis we have to deal with. I could not agree more. White Rabbit, where is the Lord of Dreams at this moment? She first appeared at the Lima village ruins, but I don't know where she is now. Also, I'm not supposed to interfere with these matters. My role is to lead, after all. But the cause for all this was entirely your fault. I should make you into rabbit stew for this. I'll admit I do bear some responsibility, which was why I came here to inform you. Technically speaking, you're completely ignoring the matter at hand here. Anyhow, the problem is that we do not know the whereabouts of the big boss. We should start with some information gathering. The Lord of Dreams is indeed that powerful, so I must have noticed changes in the surroundings. I also expect her alliance has already made some moves as well. Then I'll head back to my country at once. I'll gather the relevant organizations to conduct a nationwide investigation. I too shall issue a proclamation to all the districts. We shall gather information regarding the strange phenomenon and analyzing it downstairs. Naturally, Grand Noah shall also cooperate. We'll gather information in the 4 major countries to discover the origin of this incident. Oh, what? Nothing from the King, Grand Gold King? And so, the rulers of each country return to their respective kingdoms. Can I return to Succubus Village as well? I might be able to find some reference books on the nightmares. You probably won't turn up any results. Still, I won't stop you. So what are we going to do? Right now, there's nothing we can do but wait for some promising information. We can't really do anything if we don't know where our enemy is. We'll just have to wait patiently for a while. I don't like the idea of sitting around, but there's no helping it. With the 4 great nations gathering information, I'm sure they'll turn up something soon. I mentioned before how the ones who called themselves an alliance came from various different worlds. Their existence here will increase the entropy of this world. However, there is a reaction to every action in this world, and history has a way of correcting itself. So if the entropy of this world is increased, that corrective force should work in the opposite direction to hold it back. In other words, what do you mean? They were drawn into this world from various other worlds. It's possible the Lord of Dream's allies weren't the only ones brought here. The crisis she is causing could be resolved by heroes. They might have been summoned from the other worlds. Chapter 1. I know this place. This is where Candy was. Yeah! Where are we? Laurent, do you have any idea what just happened? I haven't played these people's games either. I see a lot of these characters have a huge case of protagonist syndrome. Laurent shakes his head. He finds himself in an unfamiliar place with no grasp on the situation. I suppose not. We were suddenly sucked into that black hole, and now we find ourselves here. Ara, a cute boy in a place like this. And is she a friend of yours? There's a succubi on this mountain too. I get the feeling this one is different somehow. The boy looks very delicious. Hey you, would you be willing to share your catch with me? Sorry, but Laurent does not play. We're busy right now, so could you leave us alone? Oh, how cold. In that case, I'll just take him by force. Laurent tried to use his skills, but his runes aren't responding. What are you doing, boy? Perhaps you want to become my plaything. Succubus giggles at him. His runes aren't working? What's going on? What sort of game are you trying to play? Hey, why don't you have some fun with me instead? He's not food! Regio gently caresses the succubus wrist. Ah, you're rather skilled, aren't you? But I'm not interested in you. Now stand aside, you're in my way. Succubus swiftly kicks Regio, but nothing happened. Oh? My kick doesn't hurt you at all? She kicked me! What's going on? Succubi aren't supposed to be violent! Everyone present was utterly baffled by the situation. The succubus cautiously distances herself from the two. What's going on with you people? That's what I was going to say. I've never seen a succubus like you before. Laurent is analyzing the situation. He doesn't know why, but his runes aren't activating, preventing him from using most of his spells. The succubus appears vulnerable to being caressed, and her kick had no effect on Regio. I'll just fight as I usually do. Laurent, try to do whatever you can. Laurent quietly nods in agreement. I don't know what's going on, but I won't let a delicious boy like you slip away from me. Now, here I come! We won somehow. For now, we're just going to have to keep moving forward as usual. At any rate, his runes are barely responding. Only his most basic spells can be used for the time being. As he is now, he won't be able to fight adequately. As I thought, this mountain is kind of strange. Shouldn't we get down from here as quickly as we can? Laurent nods in agreement. Staying around here any longer could prove dangerous. Also, I just realized something. It's not just your runes, Laurent. The ones inscribed upon me aren't responding either. Could our runes be in bad shape? Or is this place just weird? Despite their bewilderment, the two decide they should leave as quickly as possible. They'll just have to figure out the situation as they descend this unfamiliar mountain. This staff appears to have some mysterious power. Perhaps it could be used in combat. Like Reggio says, you can use a new skill if you equip this weapon. Since Laurent can't use his runes at the moment, this will prove to be a great asset. The view from here is beautiful. But the girls on this mountain are really barbaric. They're biting and swinging tentacles. But those attacks didn't affect Reggio. Laurent, however, took damage from them. Laurent had been forced into an unfavorable situation. His runes won't activate, so most of his magic cannot be used. By the way, Laurent, how long have you had that crest on the back of your hand? Laurent shook his head. A strange crest had appeared on the back of his right hand. It was only after he had arrived on this mountain that it had appeared. Could the crest be related to this incident? No way. Could this be why we can't use our runes? But this doesn't feel like the magic of a curse. This doesn't appear to be anything bad. He doesn't know why, but that's the impression he gets. Rather, it feels more like some kind of a blessing. That is what Laurent and intuition told him. Anyway, try not to push yourself, Laurent. I'll do the heavy lifting here. Laurent had no choice but to nod meekly. He has a hunch that this incident could be massive. What's strange isn't him, but this world. Perhaps they have arrived in a far, far away place. But there's no point in dwelling on that now. They need to get down from this mountain as quickly as possible and try to figure out what's going on. But hey, can I wear this? Oh right. Laurent shouldn't be wearing this anyways. Somehow we managed to get down from the mountain safely. But this scenery... Both Laurent and Reggio were left dumbfounded. The surrounding landscape was completely different from where they came from. Where in the world are we? Laurent, have you ever seen a region like this? Laurent shakes his head. He couldn't help but feel lost at this totally unfamiliar scenery. Ah, look! There's a village over there! I'm glad you can see it through all the mountains. Let's head there and hear what they have to say. Maybe they can tell us how to get back home. He wonders if there's even a way to overcome this situation and return home. This could be an entirely different world. They might not be lost so much as they found themselves in another dimension. Nevertheless, they had no choice but to visit the village. After descending from the mountain, Laurent heads to the village near its base. Well, I'm glad he was able to surmise that all that. He's a man of few words, but he's smart, I guess. Oh, what happened to Lay's village? What is this? Hey, are you okay? He's asleep. He's sleeping? Why is everyone sleeping on the streets like this? No, this is clearly different from a normal slumber. This feels like they're... Oh, hello. You're from yet another game, aren't you? Misteltane. They're falling into a dream of pleasure that shall spread over the entire world. Oh, you're all from the same game. You're all from ROBFS4U. I've started playing that one, but I haven't gotten very far. I've only met one of them, the girl on the left there. This job isn't very fun at all. It's hard to believe we've already bad touched nearly everyone in this town. There were a bunch of monsters that stood up to us, but they were hardly a match for me. Are you the ones who did this by any chance? This one's still got some senses left in him. Ogre 2 stamps her foot on the warrior's crotch. Like that, she violently tramples his rod. Hey, just finish already. He's fallen already. So much for having guts. There's no doubt that these three attacked this town, but for what reason? Did you just happen to be unlucky travelers? We'd like to ask you a few questions before we bad touch you too. Have you heard any rumors of people arriving here from another world? Another world? That can't be! People from other worlds have been winding up in this one, just like ourselves. Another world. From the moment he stood on that mountain, he had a vague sense that was the case. They weren't just lost. They somehow ended up in another world. It doesn't matter if it's rumors or anything. If you have information about other worlders, tell us. If the information's good, I'll let you go off easy. I'll show you heaven and make you feel great. Or maybe you're the ones who came from another world. Could that really be? If that happened, there's no doubt about it. They had arrived here from a different world. Here, the fundamental rules for everything seem to be different. That's why they can't fight the way they could in their world. Hey, I think you hit the bullseye. I never thought we'd run into them so easily. Wait a minute. Maybe we are in another world, but I had no way of knowing for certain if we had ended up in one. So my guess was correct. Then, as per our allegiance with the Lord of Dreams, let us dispose of them. In that case, let me take care of them. I'm really curious. I want to see just how strong people from other worlds are. I shall leave them to you, X. But take caution, that woman is a nightmare. You know I'm a nightmare? Therefore, normal attacks will not work on that woman. Fight her with pleasure, X. I gotcha. Okay then, let's get this over with quick. Looks like we have no choice but to fight. This girl calls herself Executioner. From what they can tell, she seems quite powerful. On top of that, they're fighting in a completely different world. That disadvantage couldn't be more obvious. Don't push yourself too hard, Larot. I'll do everything I can. This is a dire situation, coupled with the fact that he cannot use his runes. He'll have to work together with Reggio in order to overcome this foe. Okay, now, time to play. I won't die in a place like this. Not bad at all. Shall I get serious now? No way. She wasn't fighting seriously? Even though they fought with all their might, their opponents still appears to have plenty of strength left. And there are still two more foes waiting. Hey, X, quit playing around with them. It's time to cut loose and fight. We still haven't even finished cleaning up this village yet. I want you to finish them quickly and lend me a hand. What are you attacking the villagers for? They don't appear to be doing this on their own enjoyment. There must be some reason why they're bad touching the villagers. As I said a little while ago, to make all of them fall into a dream. The more we do that, the more the land of night can spread, until it covers this entire world. Land of night? You said you were giving them dreams of pleasure, but I never imagined. Bad touch the inhabitants and invite them to a dream. By doing that, the nightmare's sphere of influence will spread. Something similar to this happened to their world. The dream world, where nightmares run rampant, had engulfed the original world. When that happened, everyone went insane from lust. And just like their own world, this other world is facing the threat of nightmares. As you can see, we are very busy. X, finish them off quickly and return to your initial task. Don't forget, we have a tight quota to meet. We have to bad touch everyone here before sundown. At that moment, the door of a nearby building suddenly opened. A young boy came out from the building. No! Go back inside! Eh? Aha! I think you're getting away! Ogre Tooth approached the boy before he can even escape. Just as she was about to pin him down. Whoa! Who the hell are you? Ah! We know her! Magasu. Don't go poking your head into another world's troubles. That's what I was going to do. Is that an Oni? The Oni that suddenly appeared knocked Ogre Tooth away. When I look at you all, I feel like I'm getting too old for this nonsense. You're pretty strong. Interesting, this should keep me entertained. You said she was from another world, right? Is that Oni your friend by any chance? I wonder. Regio tries to put on a bluff, but this is clearly the first time they've met. And that Oni came from another world too. Just what the hell is going on here? You three should fight me all at once. Old folks like me don't have much patience. Those are some bold words. I'll have you put your power to the test first. The two squared off against each other, their keen determination to kill permeating the air, just as they were about to clash. Stop, Ogre. We're leaving this place. What are you talking about, sister? You expect me to run away like this with my tail between my legs? That Oni is quite powerful. Besides her, we should never underestimate that boy or the nightmare. If we keep fighting them, it could cost us our lives. It's still too early in the plan for us to be risking our lives. But sister! Big sis missed. Let's at least take out one of them. I said we're leaving. Alright, don't get mad, sister. Let's go, X. Bye! Hey, wait! We shall meet again. Try to stay alive until then. The mysterious trio who appeared to be sisters wrapped up their discussion and immediately withdrew. They're gone. And you two. You look like you've come here from a different world. I take it from appearances that your world's different from mine. Thank you for helping us. But who are you? I come from the Mahoraba mountain of Yamato. I'm called Magasu, and I serve as the elder of the mountain. Yep, we know her game well. I rather like this art position for her. Laurent and Regio introduce themselves. At any rate, I've never heard of a country called Yamato, or a mountain called Mahoraba. And I've never heard of a town called Lindeka. Though I can't say I'm at all familiar with the lands beyond the sea. And this witch of order you've been mentioning, Lamir, She sounds famous, but I'm not familiar with her at all. Nagasu appears to be from a different world just like themselves, but she was somehow pulled into this one. My question is, have you said a single word in your introductions? Are you mute? Moreover, the three sisters who were rampaging about earlier were also from another world. Just what the hell is happening in this world? Right now, I'm looking for a disciple who should have also arrived in this world. You happen to know of anyone named Hakunin? Ah, he's here too. I'm sorry, but we don't know. We only just arrived here. So your disciple is missing, you say. I can understand how concerned you must be. That reminds me, Larat. You said your master was the witch Lemire. To have such a fine young man as a disciple, I'm certain your master can rest easy knowing that. I remember how thirsty this girl is. And she has no problem with polygamy. So what are we going to do now? We need to find a way back to our world. Ta-da! Ah! Whoa, what the? This rabbit a friend of yours? Look at disgust. I don't know any rabbits like this. Who in the world are you? I'm the White Rabbit, and my role is to guide, and I shall lead you to a visitor from another world. I see, so it looks like you're aware of our circumstances. If that's the case, would you mind explaining in detail what's going on? About that, guys, I think it would be more heroic of me to guide you instead. Heroes from other worlds have materialized, guided by a dream. This is how their adventure began.